You're listening to the Platte River Bard. Angels Theater Company in Lincoln, Nebraska just announced their new 2023-24 season and their theme for the season.
This includes their 3 main productions, 7 plays in their Salon Reading Series, 2 solo Tales and Ales events, and their 2-weekend playwriting festival, the First Flight Festival.
In addition to this lineup, Angels offers a Playwriting Collective, which is an encouraging group of playwrights who work together to support each other's work from inception to production.
We spoke to Executive Director of Angels Theater Company, Timothy Scholl, so get ready to hear more about their exciting lineup. Hello, and welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
And we are here today with the Executive Artistic Director of the Angels Theater Company, that is Timothy Scholl. Thank you very much for talking with us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
We love it. We love talking to Angels. And you had such an exciting season announcement that we wanted to make sure that we got a podcast about it.
Absolutely.
So you've been busy. And you had your season announcement. What was it? 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago we had our opening night party, which we announced the season and then, sent it out to the press, and it just had a great time and talked about what we're going to do for the next year. Over 40 performances over the next year. So that's
it's
a lot coming up.
That's amazing. You guys do amazing work.
Yes.
And so maybe just to kind of do a 10,000-foot view, you do some main productions, about 3 main productions a year, and then you have your Salon Reading Series, and then you also have solo Tales and Ales, which is more of monologues. So
Correct.
You're developing plays, and that's part of the Salon Readings. And I'm assuming that some of the plays that you're even working on during the playwright, if they're good enough, maybe they can go to the main stage for your main 3 productions. Is that kind of a good 10,000-foot view?
Yeah, so we have set our mission as Angels Theater Company is very simply to create, develop, and produce new work.
Yeah.
And so we have a Playwriting Collective that works with providing content not only for solo Tales and Ales, kind of those monologues and, radio lab kind of stories that come out, but also the First Flight Festival, which I know we had this past summer.
Yeah.
And then the Salon Reading Series and the main productions that we do are plays from across the country, including local Lincoln writers, all the way up to writers that are all over the country, all over the world. So our interest is just bringing the best new work that we can to our community and using that work to start a community conversation about whatever that may be.
Yes, I love it. Well, I would love to talk with you about your season. I don't know where you'd like to start, so I'm just going to let you kind of direct us where you'd like to start first.
Well, let's just start at the top. Our first production in October will be opening at the Blick Storefront Theater.
Okay.
So we're going to be there on North 48th Street. And we're doing Jennifer Blackmer's one-person show, I Carry Your Heart With Me.
Yeah.
Your very engaged listeners will recognize the name Jennifer Blackmer as the playwright for Predictor.
Yes.
And a little aside in this story is that when Jennifer was here and we were working on Predictor, she had just returned from Seven Devils, which is a playwriting conference. And during that time, she wrote, I Carry Your Heart With Me at that conference.
Oh
wow.
So I saw an early draft. We started talking about it after Predictor, and it's just a beautiful show. I will confess to you individually that I am not always a fan of one-person shows.
Fair enough.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watching an actor walk through 6 or 7 different characters is I mean, it's a virtuoso for the actor, and I enjoy that part of it, but I'm rarely engaged by the story or the play or how it's presented, etc. My question is always,
Sure.
why isn't this a play? Why do we have to watch one person do it?
Right.
But what Jennifer's written here is really a one-person show. And it is a single person who tells this amazing, very beautiful, complex, and inward story. So I'm really looking forward to working on this project and bringing it to an audience. I should also say we're trying something new with our entire season, and that is we have a season theme.
Oh,
So
okay.
rather than just a couple of themes, and our theme this year for all of our work is "Should I Stay or Should I Go?"
Okay.
With full reverence to the Clash.
Absolutely.
I love the Clash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the reason we chose this theme is we're looking around at what's happening in our world, what's happening in our community, watching all of these stories about home. And these stories about home are sometimes painful. When you have to leave home or when you're forced to leave home, be it for immigration or migration issues, identity issues, whatever that may be. So we're using home as a central locus and talking about stories where characters have to decide, should I stay or should I go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or sometimes, should I return?
Yes.
And so all of these plays that we're looking at will have some aspect of that element throughout our entire season. So our productions, the Salon Reading Series, even when we get to Solo Tales and Ales and First Flight, our playwrights and the Playwriting Collective will be writing around this theme.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, have you cast I Carry Your Heart With Me already?
I have.
I thought you
I
did.
haven't really announced it yet. But,
Oh,
it is
okay.
cast.
All right. Well, I can edit this
No,
out.
I can share it with you, Friends of Angels, right?
Oh, okay. All right.
So I Carry Your Heart With Me will feature Brenna Thompson in the lead.
Ah, very
Yay,
nice.
I'm so excited. She
So, yeah.
is amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to, and I'll be directing that piece. So I'm really looking forward to working with her and
Yeah.
getting that show off the ground.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I think the very first play that Chris and I saw together here in Nebraska, Brenna was in.
Yep.
She was the lead in it.
Yep.
She's amazing.
She's
Yep.
great.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, awesome. Oh, cool.
So that's your October.
That's the October.
Right. In December, we're going to also try something a little bit different. So this play actually came out of a weird conversation we had a couple of years ago about every theater company needing a standard holiday show that they
Okay.
can just kind of pull out.
Sure.
And because we're angels, we know, Christmas Carol is not really within our grasp.
Right.
So we said, well, what are we going to do? Since we do original work or new work, how's this going to work for us? And we started kicking around an idea, and Jamie Bullins, who was part of this conversation, said, I've got this kind of story in my head about a mall Santa and his elf.
Okay.
And so we could do this with 2 people and a chair.
Oh,
And
awesome.
this could be and let's throw in some improvisation to make it fresh every year.
That is just-
So Jingles is a partially scripted, partially improvised
oh my gosh.
play about a mall Santa and his elf. And, it's family friendly, free for the kids to come and see. In fact, the improvisation will work around the kids actually coming up and sitting on Santa's lap to tell them what they want for Christmas, etc.
Sure.
And I will tell you that the rough plot line here is that the Santa that's supposed to show up doesn't show up. So the 2 that work together, the elf and the Santa doesn't show up, so there's a replacement Santa that shows up.
Okay.
So the elf has to break in a new Santa.
Oh God.
And as the elf is breaking in the new Santa, he starts to get the idea that maybe this is the real Santa.
Oh,
Ah.
that's awesome.
Fun.
Yeah, so it should be a real fun play. So we're really looking forward to working on that. And that'll be December 7th through the 17th. And we don't have a location exactly pinned down. We're working on a couple of things, but our dream and our focus right now is actually presenting this in the mall.
Oh, how much fun would that be?
Like Mallrats, but not really.
Mallrats with a holiday theme,
Yeah.
right?
With a holiday theme. And not as much swearing.
Maybe. It's improvised.
Very family friendly. Very family friendly.
So really to cast
Actually,
that,
I got to tell you this. I have a weird Mallrats thing. Bannister Mall in Kansas City, Missouri was the original site for Mallrats.
I knew he was going to tell you this story.
And it was the original site for Mallrats because it was a dying mall that had a comic book store that I worked in. And I was one of the assistant managers. And they were all set to go to Bannister Mall and film and use our comic store and use us in the movie. And then the mall...
You would have been famous.
The mall owner's wife read the script and she thought it was too dirty. And so they said no. And they went to the mall up in somewhere up in Minnesota, I think, or something.
And the Christian minority.
Yeah. And
Yet again.
missed it by that much.
Missed it by that much.
Oh, we were so mad.
Yeah.
Yes. And now Cerner owns everything there.
You could have been with
Yes.
Kevin Smith, and
That would
you
have
could
been
have
fun.
been his
Yeah.
Jay.
Who knows? It would have been fun anyway, even if nothing came out of it, if we got it to be in the movie. How fun would that be?
Yeah.
How fun would that be?
And really, to cast this, you've got to find somebody who then can do the improvisation that you want it to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a couple of cast members that we're working with already, but we'll save that announcement for a little later.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
Excellent.
You never want to reveal Santa anyway, right?
Exactly.
Oh,
It is Santa.
That's who. Yes.
That's who it is. It's Santa.
That's excellent.
Awesome.
And then we will do a show in the spring. We're slated for a show at the Carson Theater opening March 14th to the 24th. But we haven't, we don't have that show picked out entirely yet. So
Okay.
we're working on a couple of details.
Right.
But we look forward to announcing that later here this fall.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Perfect.
plenty of time for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then your Salon Reading Series you've got coming up as well. October 1st will be your first one.
That's right. So we kick off the Salon Reading Series on October 1st, and a couple of new things are happening with the Salon Reading Series. As we talked about this, we started talking with people who are in book clubs. And I don't know if the two of you are in a book club.
I am.
But I'm meeting a lot more people who are in book clubs who don't really read the books, but they show up and discuss the books over a glass of wine and that kind of thing, right?
Okay.
And so we started talking about what would you call a book club where you went and saw the performance every Sunday and then met later in the week at somebody's house and sat around and talked about the play that you saw. Is that a performance club? Is that a book club? What is that?
Okay.
So we thought about connecting with some book clubs or some people who might want to do, plays as their book club. So we're thinking about the Salon series as a book clubber. So we're also going to open up the Salon Reading Series to the folks at Eastmont Living, so a local retirement community here in Lincoln. And we're going to be doing performances of the Salon Reading Series plays on Thursday evenings. So they will still happen at Turbine Flats on Sunday afternoons.
Okay.
But then the following Thursday evening, we'll also be performing the same play at Eastmont Living.
So
we're looking forward to that partnership.
So these will be staged readings both times then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, same play. And again, all of these plays fall into the should I stay or should I go theme. And we're looking forward. I also I want to call out that there's 2 Omaha writers that we're including in the Salon Reading Series this year, and I'm really excited about involving them.
I am excited too, and I've been fortunate enough to see both of them, and I'm excited for you as well. The first one's going to be We Are Blood by Ryan Bernstein.
Correct, and that's kind of a it'll be good for Halloween. I'll put it this way. It's kind of a creepy coming home story.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
That's excellent.
Yeah, it should be a really fun play. And then on November 5th, we're going to be doing one of our Omaha playwrights, Laura Lenninger Campbell's. We're going to do her play Eminent Domain,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
which is a really remarkable play about Nebraska. So I'm really looking forward
Yes,
to presenting that.
yeah.
Yes, and that's the one that I saw Omaha Community Playhouse do during the pandemic at one time.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So I wonder, does that mean is it the same because she's in the Playwriting Collective? Does that mean that she's made any changes to the script, or is it going to be kind of as is?
That I don't know. I'll have to ask Laura if she's made it. I know what the version I read was, but I've never seen it. So.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Interesting. I just wondered if over time, because you know, when I make costumes, I can never leave it alone. Like I am working on it until up till the deadline.
Yeah, I
and
mean, after she saw the last
it
production,
could totally change.
Yeah, she may have decided, well, maybe I should revise this one scene. Or
it's
whatever.
It's hard to create something and then leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I know several playwrights who are never done tinkering with their work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Now the December reading is going to be a playwright named Jillian Blevins, and Jillian reached out to me last year and sent me her play Romeo and Her Sister.
Mm-hmm.
And as a theater history nerd, this one really hit, my sweet spot. So Romeo and Her Sister is about the American actress Charlotte Cushman, who was famous for her portrayal of Shakespeare's leading male roles. And so in the 19th century, she was a famous American actor and actually did go back over to England to try to make it in Shakespeare and with England. Mm-hmm. But she ended up in a really, really bad fight with another great name in the American theater of the 19th century, Edwin Forrest.
Okay.
So they used to battle each other. And so this play is about that period of theater history and should be really entertaining.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah. Oh, awesome. It's like a slice of life based on real things.
Theater history.
That's
I
awesome.
enjoy that. This next, now this one in February, I've seen this one. This one's really great.
Old Bat.
Old Bat.
Ellen Struve, friend of the podcast.
Yes. Sort of a retelling of the Iliad, the Odyssey. Those type of things.
Yep, very mythical characters, mythical creations,
yes.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing that play realized here too. Yeah, so
I really loved in this particular play. I really loved as a woman how she, made the metaphor of women giving their power away. I don't know if that's the best words to describe it, but I just really felt like she did a really good job of showing women and how we give our power away just for a relationship. So
really good.
Yeah,
really good. And I'm a sucker for anything based on that kind of material. So I'm all in.
Yeah. The March reading is also, I will confess that over the past 2 years I've chosen 2 plays for their title alone.
I was going to say, this is a great title.
So last year we did a reading of a play called A Poisoning Squad of Whispering Women.
That's right.
Which was great.
That is a fantastic title.
And this year I was sent a script by Heather Beasley out of Colorado. The gentle, life-changing magic of burning it all down to the ground.
I love it so much.
And this is actually a 2-person play and deals with a mother-daughter relationship and the mother moving into a kind of assisted living situation and leaving her home.
Right.
Okay.
And being forced out of her home to, getting rid of her stuff, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's really, really a touching, but also I just made it sound very dramatic, but it's also a very funny piece. If you can think of all of the books that have been written about getting rid of your stuff and how to do that.
Yeah.
If it brings you joy.
This play this play takes some good pot shots at all those kind of books.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
But it is
really,
so
really
it is
fun.
so true though.
Yeah.
And it's something that I don't think as we as society talk about very much. And I'm saying that from a perspective of working in hospice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
and seeing. So I mean, that is really what we all have to go through. It's just kind of like a quiet battle that everyone has to.
Sort of paring down
Yeah, I
of
mean,
everything.
Yeah.
My mom's been doing that for the past
Yeah.
several years, getting
Yeah.
going to smaller and either smaller places, or now she's living with her sister, and so not as much stuff,
Yeah.
not as much stuff, not as much stuff.
your
you
life
know.
reduces itself to a box.
She's been
of whatever
struggling
you
with
need.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And really, where do our memories reside? And all of
That's
those things.
that's the
So,
hardest
yeah.
thing for her too. Yes, that's hard for me too, because my memories are attached to stuff in a big way.
Yeah.
You just need a flash drive with
That's
your
why
iPad.
I'm an awful pack rat. I'm a terrible pack rat.
Oh, I'm a historian, Chris. I'm with you.
Oh yeah,
It's all stuff, right?
yeah. I know. Oh, it's so bad. That's why. Yeah, I'm like, man, if I throw that away, I'm gonna
You'll
forget
forget the memory.
that ever happened.
Take a
You know,
picture.
a sidebar here, really quickly. All the fires that are happening in Hawaii right now.
Oof.
Just a heartbreaking story that I heard on NPR when they were doing that study, or when they were talking about that story, was the man who ran the Hawaiian Cultural Center there. And the Cultural Center had all of the documents that were signed by the historical Hawaiian kings, and just these irreplaceable
Yeah.
historical artifacts for the history of the community and the islands, and they're gone.
Yeah.
It got eaten up by the fire. They weren't able to.
Yeah.
I did hear that. And I'm surprised they don't have even a digital
Yeah,
copy or
no, it's-
something.
Well, I'm sure
But it's
they
just-
were scanned at one point, but the originals are. I mean,
Well,
I
right.
mean, that's like,
Yeah.
that's like if the frickin' Smithsonian caught on fire and burned every. I mean, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. And hearing the emotion in this gentleman's voice who ran this cultural center, I was,
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
I could really feel his pain and his,
Yeah.
a real sense of loss. For
Yeah,
that, so.
you can replace. I mean, houses and malls and all that crap can be replaced, but man, shit like that.
Yeah.
That's now it's that gone forever.
Right.
Oh
Yep.
man.
So our April play for the Salon Reading Series is Man and Wife. This is Emma Goldman Sherman is a playwright we have read before, but this play is about a marriage, and it's if you can follow me here, it's as if the figurines on the wedding cake
Oh, okay.
are married, and they go all the way through an entire marriage during the course of the play. So all of the ups, the downs, the ins and outs of being married, and it all happens.
Between the little figures on the wedding cake.
The little fingers on the wedding cake, and it happens throughout the course of a 90-minute, 2-hour play. So it's
That's
wow.
neat.
it's fast, it's quick, it's detailed, and it's a riot in places. It's poignant in other places. I'm really excited about that play.
Yeah,
too.
that sounds really neat.
What an
That's
interesting
cool.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the final play will close in May with a play called 1,000 Miles. And this goes back to the kind of mythical landscape. So it is a play about immigration, but it is a play about immigration taken out of any real world context.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in a fantasy land, a fantasy place, but we'll have characters that you can understand right away and sympathize and understand where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But that way it takes it out of any kind of political
Yes.
milieu of what we have now and puts it in kind of a fantasy landscape so that we can really look at the reality
Yes.
of how people are forced to immigrate and how does immigration impact them, etc. So
Yeah.
a really interesting play still in development by Vanessa Garcia. So we're excited to be part of that process.
That sounds fantastic. And in my opinion, the best fantasy and sci-fi do exactly that. They
Right.
sort of hold the mirror up to society, but just they give everything different names, and sometimes they're aliens, sometimes they're elves, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's all the same. Yeah. I love it. I love that.
Awesome. That is just an amazing lineup.
Yes.
And then on top of that, you've got to pick plays for your First Flight Festival that runs 2 weekends in July on top of it all.
That's right.
So you'll be busy.
We're coming on the 9th annual First Flight Festival next
Yay.
year. So
That's awesome.
we're going to have to find something to do special for the 10th First Flight Festival.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that'll be cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had a fantastic time being a director. The second thing I ever did, almost the first thing. It came on right on the heels of the first thing I ever did, but the first whole show that was just mine was at First Flight.
No,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I didn't have anyone telling me what to do. So that was cool, and that was a lot of fun, and I had a great group of actors, so I couldn't have been happier. And the material I got to work with, I did Mix and Matchinate, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just had a nice run at the Omaha Fringe Festival.
yes, it did. And they did the whole thing at Fringe, and I guess it went over well there too. So yeah, I had great material and great folks to work with. So I have no complaints.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful, very early directorial attempt, and I was very happy that everything was so nice, and you guys made it really easy for me.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I was very nervous, and you're like, "Oh no, we like newer directors. No, it's fine. I'm like, "Okay, you sure?"
Yeah. Next summer, you'll just have to concentrate on just that.
Yes, I'll be less busy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's great. And I mean, and just like with Chris, that means, not only are you giving playwrights opportunities, you're giving directors opportunities and actors opportunities, and all these different plays are giving all these people different opportunities to participate in theater and work. So.
It's true, and especially something like this, especially if you're a first timer, newer director, places like Angels, they don't shy away from that, and Kathy Disney was there for every single solitary rehearsal that I had. So if I ever would have needed any help with anything or had any question, I mean, she was literally always there.
Never on an island.
Yeah, I mean, some of the nights when we didn't have all the cast there, she read for the cast member that wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, she was, so it was really great. But as an actor, being a director changed how I am an actor.
Oh, yeah.
And I would recommend it for any actor to go just direct one thing, just one little thing. It doesn't have to be a full-length play. It could be one act. It could be like a First Flight thing, 15, 20 minutes. It could be half hour, whatever.
Or even just a stage.
Stage reading, whatever.
Yeah.
It changes how you act. Mm-hmm. It really has, and I liked it actually, and you may find out you like it a lot more than you thought you were going to.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. I thought I was going to want to get up there and do it for them because I'm an actor, and I was like, no, do it like this, and I find myself doing the opposite of that, and sort of pushing them to do it. It's like I find myself not wanting to lead them so much. And just here, let's do it again. Think about this. Okay, do it again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hate giving people line readings because that's a pet peeve of mine. I had a director that used to like to do that a long time ago, and I'm like, okay. And he did it to everybody, not just me.
Yeah, I found in my career too that it's really a joy to watch actors work.
Yes.
And watch their process. That's where I really enjoy rehearsal. I can tell you a quick story. I won't mention any names.
Sure.
But during Predictor, an actress that I work with very well and really enjoy working with decided one of these characters had an accent. And then I was like, oh, no, that's never going to work. But I said that in my head. I didn't say that out loud.
Okay.
And as we went through the rehearsal process, I just kind of let the process go and let this actor figure out how this was going to work in the process. And she ended up coming up with a tremendous character that had bits of the accent, but it was just part of the process of letting her go and letting her experiment and letting her find this character with all of this other thing, with all of these other layers behind it. So just watching that process and
Yeah.
knowing that my initial reaction was like, "Oh no, that's
Oh.
never going to work."
Yeah, right.
Bad choice.
I've learned over time to just nope. You let that go, and you let the actor find what's going on,
They'll
and
figure it out. Yeah.
they will come around and they will find where that character is,
Very interesting.
and it'll be a much better character because of that
Right.
and that journey.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. I did not expect to like that as much as I did. To watching the actors work. I didn't think I would enjoy that as much as I did, because then it gives me ideas and then makes me want to go up and go, okay, that was good. Okay, I like that. Blah blah blah. So anyway, yes, go do it. Go do it. Go do it. Just it doesn't have to be a big long thing. It just be just a little thing.
Well, and speaking of feedback, one thing that I do want to mention is that your solo Tales and Ales, that's feedback for monologues, right?
Yeah, so the Solo Tales and Ales events, and I think the dates are written there.
Yeah,
It'll
November
be
19th and April 21st.
right. So November and April. So our Playwriting Collective works on original monologues during their yearly kind of writing sessions, and those 2 dates are the dates where we'll get together at the mill at Innovation Campus, and we'll just do a kind of it resembles an open mic night, or kind of like some Moth Radio Hour kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we have actors that'll just get up and read the monologues that these playwrights have created over the time. So it's really an exciting event and always a lot of fun. And last year we had 40-some people come out to the mill to watch these monologues, and it was just a great energy and a great time.
And so they're getting feedback before their performance, not they go do the monologue and they get feedback. They do it.
So it'll happen on both ends, but so they get feedback during the process of writing, and then also during the with working with the actor, because the actor will work with the monologue for 2 or 3 times to kind of get it before they perform it.
Yeah.
And then they get of course the feedback from the audience of how they respond to the monologue and what works, what doesn't. So it really gives them a good writer's journey, if you will, of the whole process.
Well, we just love the work that Angels does, and I know a lot of places they support playwrights, but not to the level that Angels does. You guys really support new works and playwrights and developing those people. And so you're not just developing actors and directors, you're developing playwrights. And it's amazing work. So,
well, thank you. That's our niche.
I love it. We need it. Nebraska needs it. Not anyone else is able to devote this much focus into
fantastic.
Into playwriting.
We need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited for you.
That's a heck of a season.
The theme is, should I stay or should I go?
Should I stay or should I go?
If I stay, there will be trouble.
That's right. Oh, should I shave or let it grow? If I shave,
that's next year's season.
That's right. If I shave, there will be trouble. If I don't, there will be stubble.
Okay, Mr. Playwriting Poet.
Sorry, too much Dr. Demento.
Right here.
You should tape that. All right.
Exactly. Thank you so much. It's just so good to talk to you and see all the wonderful things that Angels is doing. So
thanks for having me on again. I really appreciate it and really like the work that you guys are doing for our community, and really appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you. We will have you back for the next one.
Yes.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, looking forward to it.
Us too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.